Good morning, hockey fans. Welcome to today's Midwest High School Hockey League broadcast of the visiting Lincoln Junior Stars and your Dubuque Saints. Warm-ups have finished. Refs are on the ice. Coaches are taking the bench. We'll get started here with the starting lineup in about 2 minutes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my mom, and welcome to Highline Arena for today's Midwest High School Hockey League game between the Lincoln Stars and your Dubuque Saints.
If I were a betting man, I'd say Sheehy, Henkel, and Heacock to start. Andy Shell in net. Liam Henry and
Starting lineup for the Lincoln
Landon
Stars.
Schultz on defense.
The defense, number 79, Henry Landon. Number 9, Cooper Lohan. Number 28, Paige Carlson. Number 23, O'Brien. Number 20, Trenton Bauman. Goal, number 1, Matthew Travis. Stars are coached by Eric Alexander and assisted by Nicholas Galvin and Lucas Thompson. And now, the starting lineup for your Dubuque Saints. At defense, from Hempstead High School, number 12, Landon Schultz.
Defense sophomore, number 12, Landon Schultz from Dubuque Hempstead.
From Waller High School, number 11, Liam Henry.
Senior from Dubuque Waller, number 11, Liam Henry.
From Hempstead High School, number 7, Alexander Henkel.
Alexander the Great Henkel, number 7.
From West Dubuque High School,
Junior from Dubuque Hempstead.
Jackson Heacock.
Blue collar Jackson Heacock, a senior from West Dubuque.
At forward, from Senior High School, number 34, Xander Sheehy.
Senior from Dubuque Senior, number 34, Xanderman
And the
Sheehy.
Saints are joined today with the kit captain, number 7-year-old, Addie Fuller. She's a 7th grader from Piazza Elementary. She loves art and skating fast. Here we go.
Get Addie making her way to the line there. There you go, Addie.
And in goal for the Saints, from Sumner Fredericksburg High School, number 1, Andy Shell.
And Shell sporting the new Marine haircut. Hoorah.
The officials for this game was assigned by the Midwest High School Hockey League are Robert Taylor, linesman, and then linesman Dave Blondin and Brian Hartman. Now we ask for the please rise on our nation flag. Let's play some hockey.
Song has been sung. The refs are on the ice. Puck drop forthcoming. Laddie's thinking, do I get to play in this game? Dave Blondin quickly throws her off the ice like he does to most hockey players. Oh, we had 2 viewers, and now we're up to 13. Welcome to the broadcast. You missed all the funny stuff I said earlier. It's just straight hockey from here on out. I do find it funny that the ref that these Lincoln coaches were yelling at in the JV game is now the man in the middle. So that should work out well for them. We'll get Matthew Travis in net for the Stars. See if we can figure him out today. Sheehy to the dot for the Saints. And we're underway. Knocked up, glove down by Sheehy. Carries it into the zone. Works it to the slot. Knocked off the puck there. Lincoln will try and bang it out the far side. Jackson Heacock there to make life miserable for them. Henkel puts a big hit into Schultz. Dumped into the zone. Back behind the net. Lincoln's got it. Thinks about playing it behind the net. Jackson Heacock makes him think otherwise. Back to the point. Schultz shot. Stopped in front by Heacock. Bouncing puck gets away from him. Knocked back into the zone by Henkel. He'll go to get it. Sheehy cuts off the far side. Takes it away there. Dumps it back into the zone. Now it's Heacock back behind the net. Sends it out front. Nobody home. Knocked down by Sammy Ruiz. Picks it up just outside the blue line. Sends it back over to Jensen Hill. Cade Weiner down through the middle. Can't quite get the puck to him. Lincoln's got it. They'll try and bang it out the near side. Dropped off for the D. They'll go D to D. Jensen Hill knocks it away. Played down below the goal line. Cade Weiner centers it there. Jensen can't quite get a good stick on it. Now taken back by Weiner. Played ahead to Ruiz. Dumped back in. Set on net. Saved by Travis. He'll blade it off to the corner. Weiner now works it back below the goal line. Knocked off the puck there. Played all the way back to Anders Hill at the point. Shot. Loose puck. Oh, Weiner couldn't quite bury it. Loose on the boards. Taken away. Anders Hill wheels back behind the net and played out the far side to Schwartz. Cross ice pass. Just out of the reach of Weiner. Tyler Randall works it into the zone. Leaves it in the corner. Lincoln plays it back behind the net. Wraps around front of the Zam doors. Randall sends it back behind the net again. Eli Schwartz battles for it there. Puts a man into the boards. Schwartz out. Randall gets it back to Schwartz. Puck up the boards by Lincoln. Knocked back in by Michael Poles. His shot on that is saved by Travis. Lincoln plays with it in the corner again. This is not the team that came charging out and couldn't be stopped on the breakout last night. Puck driven wide of the net. Landon Schultz back behind the net. Loses it there. Now plays it to the corner. William Henry gets it up to Michael Poles, who gets it out of the zone. Sends it into the Lincoln zone. Alex Henkel puts a man to the ice there. Cross ice pass, gets away. He's got it on the faceoff dot. Centers it. Ooh, off the defense, back up to the middle. Heacock can't quite bury it. Now he's got it in the corner. Plays it back behind the net. Into the ref. Raptor on the boards, gets back to Schultz. Lincoln will work it out to center ice. Back check. Puck shot over the net of Shell. Now work back to the corner. Sent on. Chip back up. Heacock gets it out of the zone. Dump back in by Lincoln. Glove down by Shell. Plays it off to Landon Schultz. Schultz runs into some resistance on the side of the net, taken away by Sheehy. Now he'll carry it up the near side, in front of the Dubuque bench. He's knocked off the puck there. Henkel knows he's offside, so Sheehy, they'll come back and go for a change. Lincoln advances it through neutral ice. Poked off by Elliot Trausch. They had a heck of a game in the JV game today, too. Now played out, held in. Honors Hill fires it high and wide, gloved down by Travis for a whistle. We'll get Trausch to the circle. Lincoln wins the faceoff. Reverses it back behind the goal. They'll spin it around to this side. Tries to play it in the air, out to center ice. Just about hits Blondin in the head. Anders gets pinned in the corner. Puck's battled there. Now it's fired back up the boards. Saints try and get it out. Can't quite manage it. Lincoln forces it back down the boards. Now back to the point. Lancaster's got it there. Shot. Saved by Shell. Eats the rebound. We'll get Sammy Ruiz out to take the face-off with Jensen Hill. Cade Wider. Pucks down. Dubuque had it momentarily. Wider's got it. Gets it ahead to Hill. Lincoln knocks it back the other way. Now Wider scoops it up. He'll charge it into the zone. Peeks around one at the face-off dots. Lincoln controls. They'll fire it out the other way. Played back up to Ruiz. Dumps it in. On Travis. Bladed to the corner. They'll play it back behind the net. Jensen Hill battles for it there. Squirts up the boards to Weiner. They'll try and get it back to Liam Henry. Shot on net. Blocked away by Travis. It's now Lincoln the other way. Cooper Smith out to center ice. Lincoln runs out of real estate. Dumps it in. Liam Henry blades it out. Cade Weiner finds some space on the far side. That space is quickly closed up. Squirts out to the slot. Lincoln controls there. Henkels knocks him off the puck. Sammy Ruiz gets it back over to Henkel. Puck squirts out to the middle to Cade Weiner. Can't quite get the shot off. Dumped back behind the goal line by Landon Schultz. We'll try and work it back out. Lincoln through center ice now. Shot, saved by Shell. Holds on for a whistle. Sheehy and Heacock jump out to join Henkel already on the ice. Sheehy to the dot for the Saints. Face off knocked all the way out of the zone. Back to the Lincoln defensive zone. They'll go D to D. Force it out to the red line. Taken away there by Heacock. Heacock gets it over to Henkel. Sheehy streaking towards the net. Oh, bouncing puck. Couldn't get collected. Now he'll try and send it back to the middle. Back behind the net. Battles for it there. Gets it back to Landon Schultz at the blue line. Dumps it back to Sheehy. Can't catch it there. Heacock's got it down in the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Henkel steps in and stops the breakout. Lincoln dumps it back behind the net of Shell. Can't quite get there, and it wraps around to the near boards. Lincoln full head of steam down to the corner. It's poked away by Sheehy. Tries to get it ahead to Henkel. It's knocked away by Lincoln. Jackson Heacock steps in. Ben Zick now back behind the net. Knocked away by Lincoln. Loose out in front. Poked loose. Bouncing puck. Now Sheehy gets it over just out of the reach of Henkel. Lincoln will try and counter quick. Loose in the slot. Shot. Saved by Shell. Holds on for the whistle. 9:37 left in the first period. Shots on goal favor the Stars, 5-3. We'll get Randall Pulls and Schwartz out. Puck's down, controlled by Lincoln. They'll work it to the boards. Schwartz takes it away there. Sent the length by Randall, a little more than he wanted. And we'll get the icing call. Back on D, we've got Liam Henry and Underhill. You know, I said it yesterday. Liam played an amazing game. I know Ben Zick was named player of the game, but those two really stepped up at defense. Helped Andy Shell get the shutout. Quick play in front, saved by Shell. Another whistle. Lincoln likes the guys they have. Coach Austin says, mine's good too. Let's do it all again. Randall to the draw. Won by Dubuque, but couldn't maintain possession. Lincoln takes it away. Back to the blue line shot, deflected in front. Bouncing puck chased down by Anders Hill. He'll get it up ahead to Eli. Eli races it into the Dubuque zone, chips it around one, back behind the goal line now. Into the corner, Randall's got it there. Reverses it down to Schwartz. Schwartz tries to work it back up the boards, can't quite control it. Lincoln will bring it right down Main Street. Poked away by Liam Henry. Sent around back behind the net. Anders Hill has it there. Henry plays it head to Weiner. Weiner into the zone, sends it over. Eli Schwartz couldn't quite hold it. He'll dump it back behind the net. Weiner gets it there. Hesitates on the boards. Gets roughed up there for his work. Sent the length to the ice for an icing. Puck's down. Ruiz gets it back to Schultz. Schultz dumps it down the board to Hill. Sent in the middle. Weiner didn't get enough of it. Now it's Sammy in the corner. Tries to flip it down to Cade. Walks out. Face-off dot. Back on Cade's stick. Lincoln takes it away, and they'll try and force it out the far side. Played over to Landon Schultz. Schultz chips it into the zone. Ruiz races in to get it. Ooh, that looked like an elbow. What do I know? Played out of the zone. Mullenkamp dumps it back in. Saints tag up. Weiner will go chase. Played off to the D. Worked out the near side. Schultz holds it in. Dumps it to the corner. Lincoln will send it back out to neutral ice. Mullenkamp again. Just chips it back in. Cade Weiner pressures him in the corner. Knocks the puck loose. Picked up by Henkel. Oh, spun it out. Knew he did. Schultz dumps it back in. Saints tag up. Jackson Eacock knocks it away. Tags up. No offsides. Eacock now on the far boards. Takes a run. No attempt to play the puck whatsoever. Near side now. Sheehy's got it. Works it down the boards. Down below the goal line. Throws it out in front. It's blocked there. Henkel sends it back in. Sheehy's still in the delayed offsides. Played out by Lincoln. Sent to the middle. Shot. Saved by Shell. Kicks it to the corner. Ben Zick battles for it there. Battle at the near boards. Peacock digs for it. And we're getting a penalty. I think Jackson Heacock's getting the penalty. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So Sheehy was out for a long shift. Heacock's going to the box. Those are our top two penalty killers. So we'll get Cade Weiner and Jensen Hill. Back with his brother Anders and Liam Henry on defense. Jensen will slip to the dot. wins the faceoff. Lincoln controls though, back behind the goal line. They've got it in the corner now. Looks for some room. Walks it up the boards, drops it off to the point. Now fed back down low to the faceoff dots. Sends it through the middle. Shot blocked in front. Andershill has it. Plays it around. Cade Weiner now sent up the board. Pestered there. Just dumps it into the Lincoln zone. Lincoln goes D to D in their own end. Played it up the middle. Blocked away by Anders. Sent back up to center ice. Lincoln still struggles to get it in the zone. Carried in now. They'll send it to the far side, top of the circle. Lincoln sends it back to the point. D to D, just outside the zone. They'll regroup. Offsides. Yeah, throw your hands up like you just don't care. Still offsides.
6:35 in the first, number 38, cross check. Willenberg, plumbing and heating. Nothing but Kate's penalty.
Sheehy to the dot. One by Dubuque. Alex Hinkle will race over to get on the far side and dumps it back along the goal line. Lincoln back to get it out of the corner. Played up the near boards. Hinkle chases him all the way back. Shot hard and wide. Out of play. Still 54 seconds left on the Heacock penalty. Lincoln has a number of players that play both JV and varsity, and you can tell in the JV contest, 3 games in a weekend was starting to wear on them. Those same players now have to play in this game, so 4 games is probably going to wear on them too. Puck sent down to the corner, back behind the net. Lincoln tries to throw it in front. It's blocked away by Ben Zick. He steals it and wraps it up the boards. Lincoln holds it in at the blue line, sends it off to the far side. Shot, gloved down by Shell. Weiner and Hill jump back over. Sheehy and Henkel head to the bench. Puck's down. Lincoln controls. Back to the blue line. Dumps it on net. Saved by Shell. Kicks it to the wall. Weiner sends it the length of the ice. Right on net, though. Travis. Easy save. Lincoln back behind their own net. They'll force it out the far side. Weiner angles him off. Gives him the lane to the far side. Knocks him off the puck there. Turned over at the top of the circle. Lincoln battles for it back behind the goal line. Out of the corner. Shot fired through the face of the goal. Back to the point. Peacock out of the box. Bouncing puck. And we'll get an icing call. Hinkle, Heacock, and Sheehy all head back out. Henry and Hill back on defense. Sheehy to the dot. Pucks down. Sheehy gets it back to Anders. Anders wraps it around to Jackson. Jackson sends it into the zone. Hinkle runs it down into the corner. Sends it around back behind the net. Lincoln tries to bang it out. Heacock sends it back towards the zone. Now it's Hinkle in the corner battling for it. Back behind the net. Raptor on the boards. Liam Henry steps in, knocks it deep down to Sheehy. His shot fired 3 feet wide of the net. Played up through the middle. Heacock knocks it off a stick. Plays it back up. Now Lincoln controls, and they'll purposely send it to the corner. Anders Hill hits reverse behind the net. Spins himself into nowhere. Now played up the boards. Held at the blue line by Lincoln. They'll send it in. Loose puck in the slot. Worked back behind the net. Liam Henry bangs it out to the blue line. Gets by the D. Goes all the way down to the defensive zone. Lincoln back to get it. Let the long stretch pass. Seemed like a good idea while they were changing. Not anymore. Ben Zick has it come off his stick. Back behind the net. Tried to play it out in front. Shell knocks it away. Lincoln out of the corner. Hits the man in the slot. Now another one blocked in front by Dubuque. Played down to the corner. Lincoln sends it out front. Can't control it though. Back to the point. Blocked in front by Eli Schwartz, who's feeling that on his toes. Taken away. Gets over Jensen Hill. His shot. Oh, hit the crossbar. Back out to neutral ice. Landon Schultz has it there. It's being run down by a Lincoln player. Spins away from him. Long cross ice pass. Touched by Lincoln at the blue line, so no icing. Played off the boards. Out to Schultz. Loose in the slot. Lincoln forces it out to neutral ice. Throw it up into the air. Ruiz has it on the end boards. Plays it over to Mullenkamp. Mullenkamp gets it ahead to Hill. Taken back away by Lincoln. They'll work it down to the goal line. Around the back of the net. Loose in front. This is the play we're playing today. We're going to carry it around the net and throw it in front. Mullenkamp sends it up to Ruiz. Taken away from him. Sent back below the goal line. Schultz pins the man under the end wall. They'll play it back around behind the net. Schultz gets another shot on him. Now it's Ruiz ahead to Weiner. Weiner across the center delt logo. In the attacking zone. Shot! Oh, hit the inside of the post. Loose in front, and Travis will hold for a whistle. That was about as close to going in as they come and not going in. Cade Weiner in a little bit of a scoring slump. I'm confident he'll break out of it. Sheehy to the dot now. He's got Heacock behind him. Lincoln wins the draw. Sheehy takes it away, though, in the corner. Works it down on the end wall. Wrapped around to the far side. Comes all the way back. Lincoln in the attacking zone with some speed. Shot saved by Shell. Hold on for a whistle. 1:19 left in the first period. Sheehy back to the dot. Wins the faceoff, gets it outside the zone. Henkel tries to run it down, overskates the puck. Sheehy, though, forces him back into the zone. Lincoln goes D to D. They'll send it back up to the middle. Anders Hill has it. Plays it ahead. Heacock gets it to Sheehy, skates. Lincoln the other way. In the attacking zone. Nice back check by Alex Henkel. Lincoln works it out to the far side. Taken there by Anders Hill. Dumped in by Lincoln from the red line. Henry back to get it in the corner. Sends it back at the boards. Now Henry back around the backside. Heacock's got it on this board. Aerial pass just out of the reach of Sheehy. Tipped ahead by Henkel, though. Oh, Sheehy with a nice shot. Sent it back through the middle. Couldn't collect. Now Weiner takes it away. Travis with a nice save on Cade Weiner. Just 20 seconds left. Weiner puts a Lancaster into the board. It's Ben Zick now. Into the attacking zone. Drives it all the way down to the corner. 7 seconds left in the period. Let's do something here. After one, shots on goal favored Lincoln. 11-6. We're still scoreless. We'll clean the ice, take a break. See you back in 20 minutes. And we're back underway here in the second period. Lincoln controls it across the red line, takes it into the zone, dump on to Shell. He'll get a whistle. So our scoreless after one. Shots on goal now read 12-6 in favor of Lincoln. We'll get Sheehy to the dot. He wins it over to Anders Hill. Anders chips it up to the blue line. Henkel presses it down. Played up the far side. Liam Henry's got it over there. Now back behind the net. Anders Hill plays it up to Henry. Stick falls out of his hand. Gets it off to Heacock. Heacock races it through center ice. 2-on-1 with Henkel. Shot blocked off by, I forgot his name now, Travis? I think it's Travis. Nice stop by Henry. Gets it ahead to Heacock. Heacock works it to the far side. Dumps it in. Battle for by Sammy Ruiz inside the zone. Now it's worked out to Carlson. All the way down back behind the net. Schultz leans into him there. Throw it out to the slot. Nobody home though. Back to the blue line. Ricochets off the top of Andy Shell's glove. Back to the corner. Sammy Ruiz gets it there. He'll work it down the ice. Got Jensen Hill with him. Gets it over to Jensen. He's knocked down from behind. No call. Looking the other way. Reed Wider steps in, makes a nice defensive play. Now he'll spin and go up the other side. Gets it into the skates of Ruiz. Laid up ahead. Mollenkamp pokes it loose. Lincoln works it to the corner. Landon Schultz high off the glass up to Sammy. Sammy tries to bang it off the center ice and does. Jensen Hill spins away from a check. Lincoln back in their own defensive zone. Now they work it back up. Landon Schultz chips it off to the far side. Reed Weiner reverses back into his own defensive zone. Gets it ahead to Schultz. Dumped back in by Lincoln. Weiner's got it on the boards. Hits the gas, and he'll accelerate out to neutral ice. 5-on-3 the other way. Spins at the top of the circles. Dumps it down low. Eli Schwartz down there. Tries to spin around. His pass is blocked. And now it's Lincoln the other way. Had a breaking king, but couldn't hit him. Sent on net. Andy Shell knocks it to the corner. Played out. Michael Poles now gets it out to neutral ice, and he'll race it down for icing. Played out to the far side. Then Zeke has it back behind the goal line. Plays it back down the net to Cooper Smith. This pass is knocked away. Lincoln has it momentarily. Now it bounces up to Eli Schwartz. Schwartz centers it just out of the reach of Michael Poles. Lincoln back in their own defensive zone. Bombs it up to Cooper Smith. Smith sends it over to Zick. Zick through the middle. Michael Poles chips it in. Now sent into the zone. Zick plays it up ahead again, just out of the reach. Lincoln goes D to D, and they'll try and send it back to their neutral ice. Unsuccessful. Sends it in on Shell. Can't quite cover it. Works to the corner. Lincoln's got it there. Works out. Out to the slot. Loose puck. Covered by Shell. We'll get Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkel out. Sheehy to the dot. They're backed by Anders Hill, and Liam Hemmer in the far side wins the faceoff. Floats it up to Heacock, or Henkel, I'm sorry. Henkel into the zone. Driven to the corner. Picked up there by Heacock. Hill sends it back down. Henkel now back down the net. Throws it out in front. Can't connect with Sheehy. And Lincoln brings it out to neutral ice. Knocked away there by Heacock. Henkel races into the zone. He's got Heacock on the far side. And a broken stick in the middle. Walks out in front. Bounces it off the end wall. They'll chip it around Sheehy. Dump back in by Dubuque. Held on by Travis. He plays it out now. Weak pass taken away by Heacock. Now squirts out to neutral ice. Lincoln 3-on-2 the other way. Heacock back checks. Gets just enough of it to force a bad shot. Pass sent through the slot. Henkel picks it up. Sheehy joins him in the middle. 2-on-2 the other way. Shot saved by Travis. She gets a stick knocked out of his head and walks away cool and collected, like, Alex will get it for me. Get Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Ruiz. Jensen Hill and Cade Weiner on either side. Face off one to Hill on the boards. Dumps it down to the end line. Still battled on the near side there. Big hit by Weiner. Schultz gets it into the zone. Dumped in there. Karams around to the near corner. Jensen Hill pulls it off the wall there. Lincoln takes it away, and they'll play it out the far side. Chase Molenkamp over to get it. That's Carter Molenkamp, not Chase. Backhander through the slot, saved by Shell. Weiner whips it around the far side. Clears the zone. Sammy Ruiz will race it down. Weiner picks up the loose puck. Shot, blocked in front. Still bouncing to the corner. Jensen Hill battles for it there. Takes it back behind the net. Now knocked back to the corner again. Sammy Ruiz sticks his nose in, pokes it out to the middle. Knocked down by Lincoln, and they'll go the other way. Taken away by Eli. Lincoln dumps it in from just outside the red line. Shell sends it to the corner. Landon Schultz. Long cross-ice pass. Hits Cade Weiner. Tyler Randall battles towards it back behind the net. Lincoln straight up in the air. Misses all the audio equipment. Ben Zick now, just in front of his own net. Spins to the corner. Battled on there. Now Lincoln has it. Sends it back to the point. Fired on net. Tipped up high. Comes to the far side. They'll come back to this side. Mohat now. Top of the circle. Shot saved by Shell. Loose in the slot. And Eli Schwartz will skate it out. Cross the red line. Into the attacking zone. Dumps it towards the back of the net. Now Lincoln will play it up the near boards. Randall steals it. Drums it back down. Now it's Michael Poles making life difficult for the Stars. Henkel can't quite pull it off the boards. Neither can Sheehy. Goes wide. Ben Zick will pick it up in his own defensive zone on the goal line. Goes D to D. Cooper Smith sends it back to Zick. Zick's got Henkel streaking but couldn't get it to him. Chipped ahead by Poles. Dump back in. Shell sends it behind his net. Cooper Smith has it there. Sent back around. Lincoln again, back behind the net. Pulls it off the end wall. They'll send it to the point. Just held in. Henkel chips it ahead. Henkel and Heacock. Oh, Heacock dumps it in from the wrong side of the red line on net. And Travis will hold for a whistle. Pucks down. Battle form the near boards. Dumped in by Zick. Travis will glove it and drop it there. Lincoln will try and play it out. Now they get the advantage. Nice poke check by Zick. Sheehy's got it on the blue line. Wheels it back into the zone. Cuts to the slot. Dumps it off for Henkel. Henkel in the corner. Sends it out in front. Knocked away. Lincoln circles back towards the end line. Poked away by Henkel there. Now Heacock will chase him. Taken away by Henkel again. Played into the feet, into the corner. Henkel takes a big hit. He's a big guy. Reverse back. Henkel in the corner again. Sends it back. Heacock in the corner. Tries to get it out front. Hits the side post. Sheehy down in the corner. Puts a shoulder in. Now Lincoln tries to send it out. Oh, it gets through Jensen Hill. Lincoln the other way, 3-on-2. Knocked away. Played ahead. Cade Weiner now has got Sammy Ruiz, 2-on-2 the other way with some speed. Hits it down to the goal line, throws it out in front. Goal! Sammy Ruiz buries it. And just like that, 1-0 in favor of the Saints. Nice move by Weiner to work around. Feeds it over to Sammy, who had loaded up, and surprised it didn't come out the backside of the net. We'll get Ruiz to the dot. One by Lincoln. We'll play it back to the D. Up ahead. Mollenkamp gets it just outside the zone. Lincoln back to the defense. Taken away by Sammy Ruiz in front of the scores table. Gets it middle. Lincoln takes it back, and they'll wheel it to the far side. Nice back check by Jensen Hill. Ruiz gets it ahead to Weiner. Weiner 1-on-3 the other way. Centering pass gets away from everyone. Jack Fugger now in to apply a little pressure. Fugger walks it out the boards. Shot. Fired just wide of the net. Looks down, controlled by Dubuque, held in by Schultz. Now we'll try and jump it around him. Oh, big hit by Elliott Troush right in front of the bench. And Schultz plays it high off the glass. Knocked away there by Schultz. Played to the far side. Loose puck in the slot. Mollenkamp gets it ahead. Played out by Jack Fugger. Long cross-ice pass. Lincoln starting to stretch the ice a little bit. Way off sides. Lincoln now up the far side. Dumps it into the zone. Wraps around to the near corner. Fugger's got it there. Taken away by Troush. Troush will send it across ice over to Smothers. In the zone. Shot wide of the net. Up the board, she battles for it there. Now knocked out to center ice. Benzik. Up the wall, runs into some difficulties there. Jackson Heacock now wheels, dumps it into the zone. Back behind the net it goes. Lincoln will try and spin it out the near side. Plays it up to Henkel. Henkel shot on net, gloved down by Travis. 6:08 left in the second period. Saints up 1-0. She heated it out for the Saints. Touchdown, controlled by Dubuque. Henkel sends it towards the net. Heacock races to the corner to battle for it. Back behind the goal line. Saints still fight for it. Now it's out to center ice, taken away there. Henkel gets a piece of it. Now out to center. Lincoln in the attacking zone. Shot, saved by Shell. Holds on for a whistle. Sheehy to the dot. Lincoln wins the draw. Back to the D. Fires it on net. Just wide. Turns off to the far boards. Benzik battles for it there. Locked in front. Still loose. Back behind the net. Taken away by Cooper Smith. He'll bang it out. Gets it up to Henkel at center ice. Henkel takes it into the zone. Drives wide. Shot fired. Saved by Travis. Reverse down low by Heacock. He'll go for a change. Henkel's still battling it out there. Now it's Weiner, knocks it away. Tries to get it to Sammy Ruiz. Couldn't quite connect. Anders Hill back to get it. Anders works it back to the far side. Liam Henry now races up the ice, dumps it in just short of the red line. No icing. Honors tries to get it back to Sammy. Sammy tries to send it low. Now Ruiz has got it. Down to the corner. Spins away from one. Sends it back towards the net. Slides to the crease untouched. Jensen in the corner. Back to the blue line. Henry sends it on net. Just wide. Taken away by Ruiz. Back behind the net. Lincoln with a little time, little control. Taken away by Weiner. Weiner ducks away from one. Now Lincoln up the far side. Gets a centering pass. Taken away by Honors Hill. Gets it up to his brother Jensen. Now Sammy Ruiz feeds it up the cage. Sammy Ruiz battle forward in the corner. Lincoln reverses back behind their own net. Liam Henry now has him wide. 3-on-2 the other way for Lincoln if they hurry. Back behind the net. Knocked off a stick. Now it's fed back to the point. Big shot by Lincoln. Tipped in front. Shell with a nice save. Fired on net. Another. Oh! Ruiz clock rolls in behind Shell. Shell looked like he had it, and then it squirted between his legs. To tie the game at 1. So 3:37. We've got a whole new ball game here, tied at 1. Shots on goal favor Lincoln, 20-14. Sheehy to the dot.
Lincoln goal scorer 3:37 seconds. Scored by number 20.
Lincoln plays it up.
Bauman, assisted by number 28. Caleb Huff.
Ankle down below the goal line. Sheehy helps him out. Spins in the corner. Walks away with it. Now back to the corner. Jackson Heacock's got it there. Taken away by Alex Henkel. Driven back to the end boards. Heacock battles for it there. Taken by Sheehy behind the net. Throws it out in front. Heacock shot. Saved. Loose puck. And we'll get a whistle. Get Anders Hill and Benzik back on defense. Ruiz, Weiner, and Jensen Hill at the forward line. 3 minutes left in the second period. Puck's down. Jensen takes it out to center ice. Rolls off his stick. Now it's knocked ahead. Lincoln's got it back the other way. Zick hard off the boards. Just out of the reach of Weiner. Now Sammy Ruiz will carry it out. That was offsides. Dave Blondin with a nice call. Right place, right time. Nice job, Dave. $2:38 left in the second period. Sammy Ruiz to the dot, just outside the Dubuque offensive zone. Won by Lincoln. They'll control it and force it up to the far boards. Benzik takes it away there. Knocked back in by Lincoln, though. They'll drive it to the corner. Poked away by Sammy Ruiz. Aerial pass over to the far corner. Taken away on the centering pass by Weiner. Jensen Hill takes it down, dumps it on net. Gets stuck behind the net. Weiner tries to get it there. Lincoln takes it away from him. Sammy Ruiz jumps in, centers it out. Benzik now on the far side, plays it down low. In the corner. Hill and Weiner battle for it. Weiner gets it back to Zick. Zick shot on net. Bouncing puck. Tipped. Saved by Travis. Now it's Sammy Ruiz in the corner. Lincoln tries to play it out and does. Schwartz with a big hit on the boards. Benzik spins away from a check, plays it off to Honors. Honors gets to Sammy. Oh, cross ice pass, hits Weiner in the skates. Weiner's got on the board, shot, saved by Travis, loose. No, holds on to it. 1:18 left in the second period. And we'll get Schwartz, Poles, and Randall. Played around to the near side. Lincoln has it on the boards. They'll send it out to center ice. Can't control it there. Eli Schwartz is the first to get it. Drives it down to the corner. 1 minute to play the period. 1 minute.
1 minute in the period.
Wrapped around to the near corner now. Lincoln will battle for it there. Michael Poles chips it back to the blue line. Leonard Schultz holds it in. Shot. Saved by Travis. Holds on for a whistle. 50 seconds left in the period. We'll get Sheehy, Henkel, and Peacock, most likely for the last 50 seconds. Sheehy to the dot. Henkel gets it over to Henry. His shot's blocked. Peacock picks it up, top of the circles. Shots fired in front. Kick to the corner by Travis. Now Lincoln the other way, 1-on-2. Saved by Shell. Henkel's got it. Gets it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy races it up the far side. Oh, tripped up. There you go. Lose your stick. That's a trip. So 21 seconds left. The Saints will get a little bit of a power play here. Sammy Ruiz, Xander Sheehy, Jensen Hill, Alex Hinkle, and Cade Weiner. Puts down. Gets it off. Weiner walks it in, drops it off for Sammy Ruiz. Shot, loose in front. Sheehy can't quite bang it in. Back to the point. Ruiz shot is blocked. Lincoln the other way with 6 seconds left. Saved by Shell. 2-1. That'll do it on the second period. So after two, scores tied, 1 apiece. Shots on goal, 22-20 in favor of Lincoln. Saints will come back with a minute 40 left on the power play. We'll see you back in 20 minutes. Back underway here in the third. Oh, Sheehy hard into the end boards. Still on the power play. Weiner shot. Hits straight up in the air. Taken away by Jensen Hill. He works it down the end wall. Spins to the corner. All the way back out the other side. Gets it up to Cade Weiner. Sammy in the middle. Shot. Fired wide. Rebound. Kicked loose. Still battles for it. Oh, Sammy Ruiz can't quite hold it in. He's run over. There's an interference call coming there. Henkel takes it down to the goal line. Shot. That's off. That's way off. Interference at the blue line. Thanks for playing, though. Some discussion with the Lincoln coach and the ref. I kind of told you yelling at him at the JV game would come back to haunt you. And here we are.
16:09 in the third period.
So the Saints with a golden opportunity here on a 5-on-3 power play for the next 49 seconds.
And that makes it a safe Williamsburg 100 power play.
Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Pucks down, back to Alex Henkel at the blue line. Gets it over to Cade Weiner, top of the circles. He gets to Sammy Ruiz, top of the circles. Now to Weiner again. Gets it down low to Sheehy. Sheehy's through the middle. Jensen Hill shoots it directly into Travis's chest. 36 seconds left on that 5-on-3. Ruiz back to the dot. Puck one by Dubuque. Gets it over to Weiner, top of the circles. Settles the bouncing puck. Gets it back to Ruiz. Gulps a shot to the corner. Sheehy picks it up there. Gives it back to Weiner at the blue line. Weiner down to Sheehy. Low corner. Back to Weiner in the slot. Shot. Loose puck. Travis holds on. $18 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Ruiz to the dot. Wins it to Sheehy. Sheehy walks down the faceoff dot. Oh, gets it to Hill, but just in his skates. Jensen spins away from one. Has got on the end wall. Gives it to Ruiz at the top of the circle. Over to Weiner. Back to Ruiz. Down low to Hill. Gets it over to Weiner again. His pass to Sheehy's blocked. Sheehy wheels it on the end boards. Back behind the net. Off to Hill. Tries to hit Weiner sliding through the middle. Ankle shot. Held on by Travis. We'll get the 2 unit for the last minute of this power play. That consists of Jackson Heacock, Eli Schwartz, Anders Hill, Landon Schultz, and Big Michael Poles. Schwartz to the dot. Wins it back to Honors. Honors gets it over to Landon. Landon from the blue line back to Honors. Honors back to Landon. Landon dishes off to Honors. Tops of the circle. Gets it down low to Eli. Through the middle. Can't be finished. Now Jackson Heacock fires a shot. Glove down by Anders. Doesn't know where it is though, and they'll fire it out of the zone. 35 seconds left on the power play. Landon Schultz cuts off at the blue line. Into the attacking zone. He's rubbed off the puck in the corner. Lincoln tries to play it up. Schultz gets it there. On the puck on the goal line. Fires it through the crease. Lincoln picks it up on the near side and pitchforks at the length of the ice. Andy Shell stops it there. Anders Hill picks it up. 7 seconds left in the power play. Knocked away there by Lincoln. Cade Weiner now on the puck. Sends it up to Jensen Hill. Nope, Anders Hill. Whoa! Yeah, so Travis keeps it interesting. Power play is ended. We're back to 5-a-side with 14 minutes left. Shots on goal now tilted the Saints' way, 26-22. Bouncing puck in front. Still loose. Weiner sends it back to the middle. Chip down. Sammy Ruiz on the end board. Bounces over his stick. Jensen Hill now. Works it back behind the net. Down to Sammy Ruiz behind the goal line. Played back to Zick at the blue line. Dumps it on net. Blocked in front. Sammy Ruiz in his own defensive zone. Spins back behind the net. Ruiz out the near side. Long stretch pass up to Weiner. Weiner works the puck through center ice into the attacking zone. Lincoln will force it back up the far side. Taken away by Henkel. Henkel into the zone, knocked off his stick. Lincoln pulls it off the near board or far boards. They'll play it back up to Jackson Heacock. Gets just a piece of it. Now Lincoln back to their defense. In their defensive zone. They'll go D to D. Henkel picks it up just outside the blue line. Now carries it in. Got Heacock in the middle. Walks it to the faceoff top. Backhander shot. May have been hooked the entire time there. Honors Hill sends it on net. Gloved down by Travis. He'll hold on for a whistle. Pucks down. Sheehy wins it forward. Lincoln sends it around the boards. Schultz knocks it back down to the corner. Lincoln in front of the Zandor. They'll work it back the other net. Cross ice pass to no one. Landon Schultz has it there. He'll go D to D over to Honors. Back to Landon. Bouncing puck. Throws an edge. Goal. Lincoln up 2-1 with 12 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third. Sheehy to the dot.
Number 4. 2/3 Williams.
Sheehy wins it forward. Lincoln takes it away immediately. Now played back up to Sheehy. Just outside the zone. Henkel takes it in. Face off dot. Shot. Saved by Travis. They'll hold on for a whistle. Sheehy back to the dot. Face off to the right of Travis. Puck down. Controlled by Dubuque. Back behind the net. Sheehy's got it. Sends it out in front. Liam Henry from the top of the circle. Blast it in. Lincoln the other way. Out through the neutral zone. Zick plays it over to Henry. Henry back behind the net. Back to Zick. Up the boards. Gloved down by Heacock. He'll backhand it out. Lincoln carries it back into their own defensive zone. They'll go D to D to the far side. Henkel knocks it off their stick. She gets it into the zone. Now it's Heacock into the zone. Poked off his stick. Tyler Randall sends it up to the Lincoln blue line. Lincoln tries to play it back. Dumped into the zone. And out of play. Tyler Randall to the dot. Puck down. Sent into the zone. Saved by Shell. Lincoln's got it now. They'll knock it down below the goal line. Tries to send it up front. Shot. 2 big saves by Andy Shell. Lincoln coach with a little disagreement as to face-off location. What happened was the play happened and the two Lincoln defensemen skated down from their point. They're placed at the defensive position. So they were engaging in the activity. That's why the face-off is pushed outside the zone. I'm sure that's what the ref is telling him right now. He's probably using nicer language than I would. The Lincoln coaches have been all over these refs, both of the games today. You don't get any favors or win any favoritism by screaming at the ref from on top of your bench. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Played across. Cade Weiner picks it up there. We'll race it up the zone. Runs into some difficulties at the blue line. Lincoln plays it around back beyond the net, up to the near boards. Held in by Schultz. Lincoln will try and clear it out, and does to center ice. Battled right in front of the... Now it's Jensen Hill on the far side. Dumps it into the zone. Back behind the net. Weiner will chase there. Wrapped around to the far side. Jensen Hill battles for it there. Into the corner it goes. Knocked loose by Hill. Lincoln will send it around the back of the boards. Out the near side. Lancaster with a full head of speed. Jumps it into the net. Honors Hill back behind his own goal. He'll work it out the far side. Through center ice. Gets it off to Schultz. Sammy Ruiz gets just a piece of it on the wrong side of the red, and that's a nice thing. She ankle Leacock out. Defensive zone face-off to the right of Shell. Puck's down. Lincoln controls. Out on the board with Zick. Now centering puck. Taken away by Sheehy. He's 1-on-2 the other way. It's poked off his stick, but Leacock picks it up behind him. Bouncing puck gets away from Leacock. Lincoln back into the defensive zone. Shot. Saved by Shell. Holds on for a whistle. My computer says temperatures to rise next Wednesday. That's perfect. Welcome to Iowa. We'll get Tyler Randall out for the faceoff. Wins it back behind the net. Lincoln wins the race there. They'll battle for it in the corner. Randall now works it out the far side. Now it's played up. Lincoln will send it on net. Just wide of Shell. Lincoln on the near boards. Nubs it down behind the goal line. Shot saved by Shell. Ruiz in for the faceoff. Won by Lincoln. They'll try and get it on net. Fired wide. Now back behind the net it goes. Sammy gets it off to Liam. Liam plays it up the boards. Cade Weiner peels it off. It's dumped back in by Lincoln. Landon Schultz picks it up in the corner. Hard off the boards. Gets it to Jensen Hill. Lincoln just flinging it to keep it deep now. Liam drops it off for Sammy. That's Landon. Now it's Weiner. Advances it up through neutral ice. Takes it wide. Cuts back towards the slot. Shot fired wide. Lincoln picks it up. Tries to center it. Taken away temporarily. Cade sends it over. Sammy Ruiz can't quite get a shot off. Wins the race to the boards, plays it back to the D. Liam had already backed out. Liam gets it, sends it over to Cade Weiner. Weiner toe drags it, sends it towards the net. It's blocked there. Now played to the corner. Lincoln works it back out to neutral ice. Back to Landon Schultz. He'll race it up the ice. Saints make a change. Into the attacking zone he'll go. Knocked off his stick just at the top of the circles and played back. Sheehy's got it his own defensive blue line. Works around one, gets it off to Heacock. Heacock chips it ahead to Sheehy. Battle forward in the corner. Taken away by Heacock. Now Lincoln's got it back. They'll send it up the boards, out to center ice. Henkel and Heacock back to poke check. Henkel can't quite clear it. They play it over to Heacock. Heacock 1-on-3 the other way. Nice toe drag, drives it to the net. Shots just wide. Plays out to the far side. Lincoln spins away from Alex Henkel. Plays it up the boards. Sheehy knocks it back down below the goal line. Lincoln hard shot. Link to the ice. Icing. Saints will send out Sammy Ruiz, Cade Weiner, and Jensen Hill with 6:43. Down by a goal. Sammy Ruiz to the dot. Puck's down. Lincoln's got it, and they're racing the other way. Through neutral ice, unfettered. Into the attacking zone. Shots blocked. Karam's back behind the net. It's battled for there by Ottershill. Sammy Ruiz now works it out. Gets it ahead to Cade Weiner. Weiner down the ice. Works it all the way to the corner. Plays it back behind the net to Jensen Hill. Hill out of the other corner. It's knocked off his stick. Shot, high and wide. Rebound, kicked up. Shell covers it there. Puck's down. Sent out of the zone. Henkel will press it. Heacock gets a nice kick off the ref. Works it down to the corner. Spins to get away from one. Works it down. Gives it off to Sheehy. Sheehy works it down below the goal line. Spins again. Gets it back to Heacock. Played all the way back to Schwartz. That's not Schwartz, that's Schultz. Backhand shot. Glove down by Travis. Music for the draw. Still looking. Lincoln's got it. Now walk away from the faceoff. Race it down the boards. Weiner drives him into the bench. Now squirts loose. Lincoln's offsides. Lincoln wins the draw. Plays it back in their own defensive zone. Now they'll work it up. Played back up ahead. Little ping-pong action here at center ice. Dumped on net. Saved by Shell. He'll hold on for the whistle. Puck's down. Controlled by Lincoln. They'll battle forward on the near boards. Back to the D. Lancaster's shot is blocked in front, hits the side of the net. Lincoln now back to the other D. Aerial pass sent off the end wall. Bouncing puck on the side of the net. Shot blocked. Liam Henry, a little room to operate there. Sends it off the sideboards. Weiner up to the middle, just out of the reach of Jensen Hill. Hill and Sammy Ruiz lead the attack. Bouncing puck. Kicks the Hill. That'll swerve behind the net. Lincoln plays it off the board, taken away by Weiner temporarily. Lincoln gets it right back. Hill aerial pass up. Rubbed down by Lincoln. They'll play it in front of their own bench. Henkel off the bench. Full head of steam. Freight trains down the middle. Shot. Saved by Travis. Loose in front. Just a minimal amount of pushing in the back. 4:12 left in the third period. We'll get Sheehy, Henkel, and Heacock. Lincoln still leading 2-1. Saints looking for a spark, any kind of spark here. Tie it up and then see what comes. Sheehy to the dot. He's got Henkel behind him. Wins it back. Bouncing puck. Sheehy's got it on his stick. Work to the board. Now sends it to the middle. Lincoln spins away from one. Up the boards. Heacock knocks it away. Can't control it in the zone, though. It's back out to neutral ice. Ben Zick spins it to the corner. Lincoln takes it away. Shot saved by Shell. Heacock's got it. Plays it up to the blue line. Sent back in by Lincoln. They'll battle for it in the far corner. Ben Zick has his man pinned. Henkel gets it ahead to Sheehy. Sheehy advances it up the ice. He's got Heacock with him. Henkel trailing. Sets up, waits for the late man. Henry coming in, top of the circles. Shot blocked in front. Down low, Lincoln's got it. Battled by Heacock to take it away. Now played just outside the blue line. Landon Schultz will dump it back in. Lincoln collects it behind their own net. Sam Ruiz in on the forecheck. Puck squirts out to the slot. Now Lincoln nets off. Just off, but off nonetheless. 3 minutes left in the third. Sammy Ruiz into the dot. Lincoln coach is still getting their full 3 cents worth. Played out to the far side, jumps over Anders Hill's stick. Now played ahead. Ruiz gets it over Jensen Hill. He's got Cade Weiner with him. Into the zone. Rolls off his stick. Back to Sammy Ruiz, though. Shot blocked in front. Ruiz picks it up there. Tries to dish it back to Weiner. Lincoln tries to stretch pass. Can't connect. It'll go the length for an icing. 2:33 left in the third period. We get Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkel out there with Schultz and Hill. Sheehy to the dot. Pucks down, gets it back to Henkel. Oh, Henkel can't quite get the shot off. Now played back to the blue line. Anders Hill holds it in, sends it towards the net. Bouncing puck behind the net. Sheehy spins away from one. Spins back. Henkel comes in to help out. Heacock sends it back to Hill at the blue line. Fed down low to Henkel. Shot in front, off the side of the net. Kicked out. Oh, stuck in the equipment. Now it comes loose. Henkel will race over the corner to get it. Tries to knock it down the boards. Lincoln's got it there. Played it out. Oh, bounces over Anders' stick. He'll play it back to Landon Schultz. Schultz ahead to Heacock, or Henkel. Henkel into the zone with some speed. Loose puck shot. Saved by Travis. 1:52 left in the third period. We'll look for a timeout from the Dubuque. Doesn't look like we'll get it. Looks like we're going to get the power play unit. Power play unit plus Jackson Heacock. So 6 on 5. Last 152, we get Jensen Hill in to take the face off. Puck's down. Gets over to Weiner. Shot blocked in front. Spinning kick. Bouncing puck collected by Heacock. They're working down the far side. Gives it to Sheehy in the corner. Sheehy walks away from one. Centering pass. Loose in front. Heacock's got it. Tries it out in front. Loose puck. Sent out. Held in by Ruiz. Shot. Dumped in front. Still bouncing. Kicks to the corner. Straight up in the air. Travis covers it up. 1:24 left in the third. Keeping life interesting here in Dubuque.
Come on, Saints fans, make some noise!
Jensen Hill staying there for the faceoff. Puck's down, into the corner it goes. He walks away with it, tries to get it to the net. Knocks the goaltender over. Net's off. Saying the goaltender knocked it off, so it'll stay in the zone. Referee Dave Blondin will drop the puck. Linesman Dave Blondin will drop the puck. Jensen Hill will adopt for the Saints. Wins it over to Sheehy. Sheehy battles for it in the corner. Comes loose. Sheehy's got it now. Walks it down to the goal line. Tries to throw it out in front. Loose puck. Cleared the length by Lincoln. Austin still has his timeout. He'll call it now. Get his 6 players a rest. Face off to come to the right of Travis. So with just 1:06 left in the third period, the Saints find themselves in a 1-2 hole. Shots on goal favor the Saints, 37-30. Goaltender Matthew Travis has looked decent in net, above average, holding the Saints to just 1 goal. Saints will most likely send their top 6 forwards out again. So like I said, we'll get the top 6 forwards out there. Heacock, Sheehy, Henkel, Hill, Weiner, and Sammy Ruiz. Jensen Hill positioning Sammy Ruiz where he wants him. Hill to the dot. Puck's down. Throw by Lincoln. They'll throw it around the boards. Weiner here to get it at the blue line. Dumps it down the boards to Heacock. Down below the goal line. Jensen Hill battles for it there. Comes loose. Henkel helps out. Now Lincoln's got a little time. They'll bang it out to the point. Sammy Ruiz gets it down low to Sheehy. Sheehy in the corner. Back behind the net to Hill. Hill throws it out front. Nobody home, and Lincoln carries it. Across the red line, into the blue. That looked off sides. Nice block by the defense. Oh, a terrible pass, and we get an icing call. So Wilson and Shell back in the net. 26 seconds left to advance the puck down the ice. Someone's going to have to come off the ice, coach. Can't leave all 6 skaters out there. Here comes Seacock. 26 seconds left. Sammy to the dot. Face off 1. Played out to Jensen Hill. It's got Sheehy into the zone. Now it's Hill in the corner. 15 seconds. Walks around behind the net. Throws it towards the net. Hits the side. Line out in front. 7 seconds left. Sheehy in the corner. Spinning pass. Nobody home. That'll do it here from Dubuque. Final score, Lincoln 2, Saints 1. So we'll get a split with Lincoln this weekend at the varsity level. Lincoln sweeps the JV contest. We are off until, that's a great question. I believe it's Thursday. Game schedule Thursday. We are in Waterloo. Hope to see you all there. Until then, I am Kathy's nephew. Telling you